Hello, this is Larry from DMA Sales and welcome to another edition of Shop Talk. In this edition we're going to look at electronic brake wear sensors, what they are and how they work. DMA Sales has a complete line of OEM quality electronic brake wear sensors available to meet your needs. So let's get started. Brake pad sensors are an added safety feature that you find on many premium European, Asian, and some US vehicles. Here's DMA part number 10054 for the Range Rover LR3 and LR4. Here are the components of the assembly: the sensor head, the spring clip, the wiring harness connector, the wiring itself, protective sleeve over the wiring, and secure grommets to hold the wiring in place. Let's look how brake pad sensors mount on the brake pad. There's a notch on top of the D-plate for the sensor head to fit, and it's critical that the sensor head fits securely in this slot. There's a spring clip to hold the sensor head in place. Proper dimensions of the sensor head are critical for a secure fit. This has a single sensor head. The second image shows a double D-plate design where there's two sensors, one on the inner and outer D-plates. Some vehicles have brake wear sensors, one on the front and rear wheel. Some have sensors on all four wheels. Electronic brake wear sensors have been around for over 40 years. Early designs have a single wire in the sensor head. When the brake rotor wears down the wire loop is severed, and this sets off a warning light on the dash. This type of assembly triggers when there's 3 millimeters of friction material left on the brake pad. A new second generation assembly appears about 10 years ago. This design has two sensor loops in the sensor head. The first loop is severed when 6 millimeters of friction material is left on the brake pad. This changes the resistance in the brake wear sensor, and the vehicle monitoring system picks up the change. The vehicle begins to record mileage, brake pressure, temperature information, and the brake monitoring system will begin to estimate the remaining brake pad life and display the information on the dash for the driver. When the second sensor head is severed at 3 millimeters, the dash shows that it's time to replace the brake pads and sensors. Brake pad sensors must be replaced when the brake pads are replaced. What should you look for when buying brake wear sensors? Make sure the sensor head is made with high temperature resin. Here's an example of a name brand sensor head made with inferior resin. Notice the sensor head is completely melted. The braking temperatures were too much for the part and it failed prematurely. This sensor set off the indicator on the dash, telling the driver it was time to change the sensor well before the actual brake pad friction material was worn out. You will not have this problem if you use DMA brake wear sensors. The sensor head resin is the same as OEM. It will not melt. Connection wires are pure copper with high temperature insulation. There's a tough wire sleeve to fight abrasion. The wiring harness connector features coated pins for problem-free connections. Grommets are located in all the proper positions for a secure fit on the vehicle. Make sure you use the best available brake wear sensor, DMA. All DMA parts are a great value option with premium quality and value pricing. Thank you for watching.